Hi, this is Daphne from Daphs Vlogs. This is a vlog all about the side effects of chemotherapy. And in today's vlog, I'm going to be covering nausea. Yes, that wonderful beast. And also the side effects of what happens if you have been vomiting. Yes, as my girlfriend said, blowing chunks, which are some of the things that you go through when you're going through chemotherapy, unfortunately. I was very lucky because when I went through my chemotherapy treatment, which was hyper-CVAD, as I had been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma with a T-cell lymphoblastic tumor on my left lung, I only started to feel the symptoms of nausea towards my 6th and 7th cycle. And you know, going through nausea is not a very pleasant thing, is it? So what I did was I spoke to some of my friends from the Cancer Care Centre. Now let me take 5 minutes to talk to you about cancer care centres. It's very, very important that you actually do go to them because they are so helpful. When I was going through my treatments, they all had a very supportive environment from my family and friends. I still felt very isolated and very much alone. And it's also because you felt like nobody really understood what you were going through. And if you get yourself to a cancer care centre, you do meet like-minded people. They might not have exactly the same type of cancer that you are going through, but they completely understand the treatments, the emotions, the mental situations, the stress. And you can be open and you can talk about it and don't feel that you're being judged or you're being overly talkative about the same subject all the time. So when I went there, I was discussing my nausea with one of my friends, and she said, "Daphne, do you remember when we were pregnant?" And I was thinking to myself, what has this got to do with cancer? And she goes, "No, hang on a minute. What did we suffer? Morning sickness." I'm like, "Yeah, oh my goodness, thanks for reminding me." I went through it 3 times. And so she said, "And what did we do when we went through our morning sickness? Sometimes we had ginger tea, sometimes, some people ate some quirky stuff, but predominantly most of the time you ate plain biscuits or plain crackers." So I started munching on water biscuits. Water biscuits are very plain, and as you know, when you're going through cancer treatment, you completely lose your taste buds. I mean, you can taste certain things, but not everything. It all tastes a little bit quirky most of the time. Plain water biscuits, plain biscuits, perfect thing. And another thing that she suggested was to make sure that you carried it along with you wherever you went. And this is absolutely true because she said one of the things that you need to do is make sure that you don't get hungry. So nibbling on these crackers throughout the day would really, really help, your nausea symptoms. And she was absolutely right. So that's exactly what I did. So I used to put them in Tupperwares, or I used to put them into little Ziploc bags and pop them into my handbag if I had to go out, go see the doctor, go for a blood transfusion, something as wonderful as that. The brand that I used was Captain's Table's water biscuits. I like the fact that, they were nice and crispy, crunchy, not too flaky, didn't taste too powdery or floury. And as I said to you before, you don't really have much of the taste buds going around. So as I said, I was really lucky that I didn't go through all those symptoms until I hit cycle 6 and cycle 7. After cycle 7, when I got home and I experienced the nausea, it was absolutely horrible. And then, I was trying to swallow the pills, and every time I swallowed the pills, I'd throw them up, and then after I'd throw them up, I'd have stomach cramping, and it just turned into a terrible cycle. So I called up my doctor because I was just at the end of my rope, and I said, "Please tell me what I can actually do." She said, "Daphne, do you have any probiotic pills on you?" I said, "Well, not on me." And she goes, very funny, she goes, "Do you have any in the fridge?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Well, go and take one. And then I want you to contact any one of your family members and ask them to pick you up some kaffir." And I went, "What, the lime leaves?" And she goes, "No." She says, "This is a probiotic drink." So what I did was I researched the kaffir to find out what it was like. And then I asked a family member to go and pick it up for me. What is kaffir? Well, kaffir is basically cultured raw milk, and it's packed with probiotics. In fact, if you look into kaffir versus normal milk or yogurt or cottage cheese, it has almost 80% more probiotics in it than anything else. So the next day, my sister-in-law went and picked some up for me. And I really must say that after I had a glass of kefir, my stomach just calmed down completely because the muscle spasms were just awful. They kept me up throughout the entire night. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link down below over here for you to read up about it, because it's important for you to know what it is that you're going to be taking and not just rely on my advice, which is what I did about something a couple of days ago. This guy was talking about how you can re-moisten your eyeliner, you know, in the little pots, and I stuck it in the microwave like he suggested. And he said, you know, for about 20-30 seconds and it'll be, you know, back as new. Well, no, it wasn't. The damn thing bloody exploded and, you know, got on fire. So don't listen to everything people say on the internet, right? Read, research. It's always good for you to do so. So the brand that I've been using the entire time is Milk Thief. I find that this is the most easiest one for me to drink. And if you like plain Greek yogurt, then you'll have no problem drinking a glass of this. This is what I do. I just drink a glass every day. You can obviously drink more if you can, but that's about as much as I can have at the moment in time. If you like to eat plain Greek yogurt, then you'll have absolutely no problem drinking this down. You can also flavor it yourself if you want to add a bit of honey. Remember, no sugar. Sugar is very bad for cancer patients or people who have gone through cancer, or generally, it's not really good for you. Okay. You can also make your own, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this video to a lady who actually makes her own kefir. It's actually not that difficult to do. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is kombucha. My sister-in-law is the one who introduced me to it because I was craving for some iced tea, and she says, you know what, Daph, I think this is much better for you instead of drinking iced tea, which is full of sugars. And she said, this is kombucha, and I was like, what is kombucha? Well, basically kombucha is fermented tea, and here is a link as well for you to find out all about kombucha. The flavor that I like most of all is the ginger and lemon flavor, and it's because it's naturally fermented, it has its own little fizz when you drink it. It's a very refreshing drink, and as a friend of mine said to me at the cancer center, because of the nausea and all that I was going through, when you're drinking, sip, 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 don't gulp it down. So I do make my own kombucha. I've just started making it. I'm waiting for it to ferment completely, and let's hope that it actually works out. The flavor that I'm using is ginger and lime, and I've squeezed it in my own cold pressed juicer. I must say that when you are going through cancer, or if you generally like juicing, cold pressed juices are the best to use because they actually don't destroy all the nutrients in the fruit and vegetables that you are juicing. I'm also going to leave another link below over here for you to read about cold pressed juices. So anyway, I mixed the juice with my kombucha tea, and then I have put them away, and perhaps next week I'll let you know what it tastes like. But you can also buy kombucha at health food shops and some of the grocers that are around. But please make sure you read the labels on them to make sure they don't have any added sugar in them. Because I really do hope that some of the things that I've talked to you about does help you in your cancer journey, or if you're about to embark on your cancer journey. Just remember, you are not alone. We are all here together in this journey. There's so many of us out there who are going through it, have gone through it, and have experienced it. And we are surviving. We are doing well. We are healthy. We are alive. That's the most important thing. Smile. If you would like to drop me a line, if you'd like to give me some suggestions, or if you'd like to ask some questions, I'm here for you anytime. Take care.